Hi students, welcome back for all second year computer science student. I show you yesterday አንዳንድ ነገሮችን አሳይቻችኋለሁ ትናንት ገብቼ ማለት ነው። ሶ ዛሬ ደግሞ ስለ ፍሎ ቻርት አብረን እናያለን። ዛሬ እንግዲህ which means ዛሬ ቲውስዴይ እናንተና አይቲ ሰርዲሮች ስኬጁላችሁ ደሴም ነው። አንድና ሁለት ላይ ያላችሁ እነሱም አንደኛና ሁለተኛ ላይ ያላችሁ ክላስ ሶ እሱን አሬንጅ እናደርጋለን። እስከዛ እናንተ አይቲዎች ኮምፒውተር ሳይንስ ሰከንዲሮች ይሄንን ተከታተላላችሁ፣ ያኛውንም አውዲዮ ታዳምጣላችሁ። ኦኬ ፍሎ ቻርቱን ደግሞ አብረን እናያለን። አሁን ፍሎ ቻርት is a diagram made up of box, diamond and other shape. Flow chart is made up of what? Boxes, diamonds and other shapes connected by arrow. Each shape represents a step in the process. Okay, it's connected by arrow, not line. Okay, and the arrow show the order, okay, in which they are occur. Order ነው የሚያሳየው arrow وحنا تسايا ترتيب program ኩኩ follow ግሬ ነው። okay, so flow chart shows the operations and the logical decision. Okay, operation and what? Logical decision of a computer program. Once the flow chart is drawn, marka flow chart la draw ግሬ ከዲብ በስ writing code is very easy. Okay, so you have to know how to write how to draw flow chart as well as how to write pseudo code in the algorithm before coding. Okay, in computing there are dozens of different symbols, which means in computer science there are a lot of symbols which are used from that for drawing flow chart, but from that we have only we have to know especially these 6 at this level. Okay, በእናንተ ሌቭል እነዚህ ስድስቱን ብታውቁ ጥሩ ነው። so let us see them. The first one is this one, rectangle. Process ይባላል, indicate any type internal operation inside the processor or a memory. The second one is this one, rectangle የሚመስለው ማለት ነው እና ጠመም ያለው it is what? Input output ይባላል ኔሙ። The first one is process ይባላል። قدرة process ይዳ ختያን ሆስዋሊ input output ጃማ. So used for what? Any input or output operation indicate that the computer is to obtain data or output result. The other is diamond የሚመስለው ይሄ diamond ይፈቀጡ ኸና መሐላ ዳሃ መግለጽ decision ባለዳሃ. If it is sometimes there are something that's be asked and the answer may be no or yes or true or false. For that we have to draw this one. Okay, used to ask questions that can be answered in binary format, yes or no, true or false. The other one, this circle is connector, allows the flow chart to be drawn without what? Intersecting lines or without reverse flow. Okay, the other thing is terminal, indicate what? The starting or ending of the program, process or interrupt program. Okay, for starting, when we start to draw flow chart we start using terminal. When we finish flow chart also we finish using terminal. ስንጀምር ተርሚናሉን ስለን start እንጽፋለን። መርካን ቢላብኑ ዋይና ሆርታከን ድሮ ገሬኖ መርካ start ባንኩ ዳህ ቆረይና መርካን ደሜኖና ዋን ድሮ ገሬና ማሐንኩ ዳህ ቆረይና stop. Okay, ድሮ ጊዜ የገለሙ ተርሚናል ላይ የገለማ ታነይቹላ ዜን start ከሰካ ተብነይቲ የገላ ስምቦደ ኢንፑት ኢፍ አውትፑት ይታያና ይሆን ፕሮሰስ ያና ስምቦደ ጊዜ ፍጠኔ ቡዳስ ማልጎና አሮ ይሆና ወልቀብሲስኔ ስቶፒንግ ከተቡን ድርቃማያቹ። Okay, this arrows show what? Flow of the program. Okay, flow of the direction of the program agarsiisa flow lines show the direction of a flow. Let us see example inshallah. Every program flow chart should begin with oval symbol. Every program should begin with what? Oval symbol. Start or begin. Okay, start or begin ከሰከተምና then we end with what? Stop or end. Okay, in every program flow chart cross flow line. In every program flow chart crossing flow lines should be avoided. Okay, only one flow line should come out from what? Input and output. Only what? One flow line should come out. Okay, you have to know this also. Only one flow line should enter a decision symbol also. Decision symbol, how much will enter? Only one. From input output, how much come out? Only one. Okay, all blocks of the flow chart are connected with arrow, must. Okay, it have to be connected with arrow. This must not by what? By line. Okay, because arrow show direction. Only one flow line is used in what? Conjunction with terminal symbol like this. Okay, so let us see by example. For example, example 1 say draw a flow chart for a problem that can calculate sum and the average of two number. Now we are going to draw flow chart for problem that can calculate sum and average of two numbers. First of all, we have to take two numbers from the user, then we have to add, then we have to divide by 2, then we will get the average. Okay, average means that marka average de soo saaro waa ina horta numberka isku daro soo sama marka laba loo qaybinaya average ga markaas la helaa. So sum means adding, so we need two numbers to be taken from the user first of all. So when we are writing algorithm, first what we will do, we have to take the number from the user, which means read the value of two numbers, which means x and y. After that, after you take that two numbers, you have to add. Okay, after you add, you have to assign that result for something. Okay, sum mibal, add two number x and y and assign to some variable or z or w, whatever you can do. Okay, for example, sum is equals to what? X plus y. X plus y may be 5, let us say. Then sum is equals to how much? 5. Then you have to divide sum by 2 to get what? Average, and assign the result for something called average or D or B, like that. Okay, you can write anything. Here I take example, average is equals to sum over 2, then display the output. What's the output? Display the average and the sum if it is necessary. Okay, let us draw flowchart. Okay, after we write like this our algorithm, then we are going to draw flowchart. First of all, oval. Oval is used for what? Starting the program. Terminal. Okay, by terminal we have to start our flowchart, and we will finish our flowchart also using terminal, writing inside it int or what. For when we start, we write inside begin or start. Okay, then we have to show the flow of the program using arrow, not line. Okay, then what we will do, we have to read that number in what? In input and output. Okay, input output rectangle from whom? From the user. Read xy. This is called input output. Okay, so we are taking x and y. Then what we will do, we have to process adding. So process we have to put inside the process rectangle this direction of the flow of the program. It's shown. Then sum is equals to x plus y. This rectangle is called what? Process. Okay, we are making something inside the computer memory. We are adding that two numbers. Okay, again flow of program, it show another thing. Here is another thing. What's that? We have to divide this sum for what? For 2 to get average. Process again. We have to diagram of process here, you see. Then average is equals to how much? Sum over 2. This arrow show that it's equals to the result of when we divide sum by 2, we get some result that's assigned for average. Okay, it means that assigned for average. X plus y is assigned for average, for sum. Okay, if x is 2 and y is 3, for example, 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 is assigned for sum. Sum is 5. So we divide 5 by 2. We get something. That thing is assigned for what? Average. Average means the result. Okay. So what's next? Next is to give the output. So we have to draw input output diagram. Input output diagram means that diagram which we take already before. First of all, we have to show the process flow arrow. Then that diagram, which means input output balance. Then on the first one we draw it for input. Now we are drawing to give output. Print sum, comma average. The last step is what? We are showing the process to stop or end. Okay, this is how to draw flow chart. Okay, let me add another example. Write pseudocode and draw flowchart for a problem that identify the given number is odd or even. Now we are going to draw pseudocode flowchart. Before that, you have to write pseudocode. Pseudocode means false code. Pseudo means false. Okay, it is very easy after you write pseudocode to draw flowchart. It is also very easy after you draw flowchart to write code. Okay, so whether that number is odd or even. First of all, you have to take that number from the user on something x. Int x تلالا. Please enter the first number. ያስገባል your number, then cin by x አይደለም እንቀበለው, read the value of x. What is that number ማለት ነው? ለኮፍሲስ ni ነቄ ማሊ number ኩኖ ጉሊ ይዋማ. We are reading that value of x, whether it is 2 or 3. Then check if that number is even or what odd your x sun even ite yes print x is what even haddu x even noqdo maxaan print gareynayna x is even okay but if it is not even so print what x is odd እንደዛ ነው የምናደርገው ማለት ነው let us draw flowchart so የመጀመሪያው ምንድነው የምናደርገው እያዳመጣችሁኝ ነው ብዬ ተስፋ አደርጋለሁ we have to draw what terminal oval ምትመስሏን ሰርተን እዛ ውስጥ እሱን ከሰት ማል በራይሲና terminal ጻፍኔ start ባንዳህ ቆሪና okay terminal we have to draw then we have to write what start okay this is what how to draw flowchart then flow of the program which means arrow okay then what we are going to determine whether that number is what even or odd okay so we have to read down or we have to take the number from the user by x okay that read x this is what input diagram ማለት ነው then we have to show the flow of the program arrow again what's next to know how we know as x is even or odd we have to divide it by 2 አይደለ አክሲበር ለኮፍስኩን even ደግሞ ኦዲ ዳቢ ቁዳፍ ማልጉዱ ቀምና ለኮፍስሱ ለማፍሂሩ ቀምና ጊዜ ለማፍሂሬ ዮ ሀፍቴ ለበት ሂረሜ even ዳይቹ marka lambar ka deena loo gaano inuu x even noqdo yahay iyo or yahay wax maxaan ku garanayna waa inaan laba u qaybino soo saabma hadu si fiican u qaybsamo without remainder that number is called what even else it is odd arla ቁጥሩ ለሁለት ያለ ምንም ከተካፈለ even ይባላል ግን remainder ካለው or ነው so እዚህ ጋር ምን ድሮ የምናደርገው ምንድነው decision ነው ወይስ process ነው ወይስ ምንድነው የምናደርገው rectangle so we have to draw diamond structure ያቺ yes or no የምታወጣዋ ማለት ነው ሁለት የሚያወጣው ዳይመንዶን እንሰራለን ማለት ነው okay x modulo 2 is equals to 0 modulo ማለት division ነው okay c++ ኮድ ላይ ሲጽፉ ትሩቦ ላይ when you are writing modulo ቺ ዳይመንዷ it means እቺ ፐርሰንቷ division when we divide x by 2 is it equals to 0 which means without remainder ይከፋፈላል ወይ ነው ሀፍቴኒ ቀባይ ጊዜ ኤክስ ለማፊር ሀፍቴ ለበ ይረማ ኤ ይወጀነ if it is yes ha صح without remainder book يبسمادان لهانو that is what flow program is going in this direction it is even ማለት ነው x is what even then stop we finish but not if why if it is this is no if it when we divide for example 2 by 2 it is 0 it's even if we divide 4 by 2 it is 2 there is no remainder so but if the number is 3 if we divide 3 by 2 we have what remainder 1 so if it is no the number is what odd then we have to stop okay I think you understand and example let me show you another example write down an algorithm and draw a flowchart to find and print the largest of 3 numbers okay we are going to take 3 number from the user saddex number ba user ka soo qaadanayna marka ka ugu weyn baan display gareynayna number ka ugu weyn لو sidii nif lana user ira compare gooni khatin guda khabaas code isun khata gudemnaayo we are going to write that code before that we have to draw flowchart before flowchart we have to write pseudocode and algorithm okay pseudocode means false code okay after you write pseudocode it is easy to draw flowchart after you draw flowchart it is very easy to write C++ code or any code okay you have to know this then first of all what we will do step 1 we will take the number from the user first number እንቀበላለን ማለት ነው ለፕሮሲጀር አፍረን input n1 number 1 then by default let us say max is equals to n1 okay maximum number n1 ነው የመጀመሪያው ቁጥር ነው ብሎ ነው ምናስበው always data structure and algorithm የሚባል ኮርስ ትወስዳላችሁ then እዛ ላይ ታዩታላችሁ በደንብ always ምንድነው የምንለው የመጀመሪያው ቁጥር ማክሲመም ነው ለኮፍሲ ዱራሁን ለኮፍሲ ቲም ጉዳይ ተጀነ ያዱ ቀምና ጊዜ ኮዲ ከተም ነው okay max is equals to the first number that the user entered toward our system okay step 3 please enter the second number እንለዋለን ያስገባል then input number 2 okay if step 3 ላይ ማለት ነው if n1 is greater than max what the meaning of max is n1 already we declared there. You know why we declare ያደረግነው በምንድን ነው? int ናቸው. Max is integer and the value of max contain the value of n1. Okay, n1 is maybe it is 1, for example. Let us say, okay, max means n1 here. Okay, if n2 is greater than n1, you n2 n1 ረጉዳት ይሄ ጁል ኸራቢራት ሀዱ n2 n1 ከወይን ያይ then max is equals to how much? n2 ማለት ነው. Else ካልሆነስ if it is not greater than n1, then max is equals to what? Step 2 will be continue. Max is equals to n1. Then step 5 ላይ ምን ነው የምናደርገው? Input n3 again, because the question says that 3 numbers. We are taking the third number from the user. Okay, please enter the third number. Then we are already taken. So on step 6 also we will write a code if using if else statement ማለት ነው. If n3 is greater than max, what is the value of max? If step 4 is true, the value of max is n2. Okay, but if it is not true, the value of max is n1. Okay, so if n3 is greater than max, if this one is f true, then max is what? n3 ማለት ነው. Okay, then on step 7 what we will do? Print the largest number is max. Now we display max. Okay, not n1, not n2, not n3. We display max because by using max we take all numbers, we compare all numbers by default. ይሄ ማለት ምን ማለት ነው? We will see on swapping in future. Let me አሁን ልዝለለው አንድ ነገር ልነግራችሁ ፈልጌ ነበር. Okay, let us draw flowchart now for this. This is the what? This is algorithm or pseudocode. Flowchart ስንጀምር what we will do first of all, okay, oval shape one, which means terminal. We have to draw terminal and write inside it what? Start. Then arrow, follow the program. Then what? Input n1 from the user. That is what? Input diagram. Input n1. Then assign n1 for max process diagram. After we showing the direction, process a diagram process ይባላል rectangle. Max is equals to how much? On the memory we say n1. Maximum is number 1 is maximum. We take number 1 from the user, first number. Then follow of the program arrow. What we will do now? We have to take again n2 from the user, input output diagram. Then again the flow of the program arrow, direction. Then what we will do now? We have 2 numbers and the max. Okay, we have to assign this max for n1 or for n2. ከሁለቱ አንዱ ትልቅ መሆን አለበት። ለምን ደራ ጉዳቱ ኩጅራቹ ቀባ n1 and n2 ከባከ ወይን ታሳኒ የሚከቸገረኝና so we have to create condition for this. Okay, that is what? Diamond structure. n2 is greater than max. If n2 is greater than max, yes or true, this is the answer. Okay, if it is yes, we will do one thing. If it is no, we have to do something. Okay, n2 is greater than max. If it is yes, true, what we will do? Assign max is equals to n2 process diagram, like the first one. Okay, our maximum no n2 because it is yes. Then again we are going to what? Take number 3, input output diagram, input n3. But what about if it is false? If n2 is not greater than max, which means if number 2 is less than number 1 and number 1 is greater, then from diamond no የሚወጣው ማለት ነው. Then directly it come toward what? By taking n1 value toward this one ማለት ነው. Okay, we will jump the max is equals to n2 to what? Jump ትላለች ማለት ነው. So what's next now? We took n3. So again we need what? To check whether n3 is greater than max. Max contain 2 value now. If n2 is greater than max, the value of max is n2. If n2 is less than max, which means n1, the value of max is n1. Okay, then let us check with what? Again let us create a diamond condition, which means we are going to compare n3 is greater than max እንላለን ማለት ነው። because max contain n1 or n2 based on condition. Okay, n3 is greater than max. We have two output here, yes or no. If it is yes, max is equals to n3. then what we will do, ይሄ ይወጣል ማለት ነው። output ይሆናል ማክሱ n3 ይወጣል ማለት ነው። what about if it is no? if it is no, ትልቁ ራሱ ማክስ ትንሽ መሆኑ ገባን ማለት ነው። which means max is the lowest ለኮፍሰቲ ካዳያችሁ n3 እንኩን n1 yohan n2 ትረ ጉዳዳያችሁ ማክሲ ማሊ n3 خنافو ማክሲን value n1 yohan n2 ቀባያችሁ okay waxay ka dhigan tahay max uu ka yahay max is not is equals to 3 if it is we say no. So the maximum number is n1 or n2 from 2, okay, based on this condition, which means n2 is greater than max below በሚጠይቀው condition. So if it is no, what we will do, it will jump max is equals to n3 and directly come by taking the value of n3 but the value of n2 or n1 from 2, 1 is largest number. Okay, so we will make the output of for that. Then what is next? We say start. What is next? Stopping bus. Okay, this is how to draw flow chart. The last example, ሰዓቱም እየሄደብኝ ስለሆነ ባሱም አልፎኛል እመጣለሁ ክላስ. The last example is which one? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Let us see one example. Draw a flow chart for an algorithm for what? Summing the first 15 integers. 50 ቁጥሮች ተከታታይ ያሉትን ሚደምርልን ኮድ ልንጽፍ ነው። Before writing that code, what we will do? We have to write algorithm, then we have to draw flow chart, then we are going to what? Write a code. Okay? Now I am showing you how to write pseudo code, which means false code, and the flow chart, the draw flow chart. Okay? ቁጥር ለመደመር እስከ 50 ድረስ ነው የምንሄደው። ስለዚህ ከ50 በላይ መሆን የለበትም። Okay? The question says that not above 50, first 50 integer. So when we see the algorithm, it says that initialize sum to 0. ከ0 ጀምረን ነው የምንደምረው ማለት ነው። sum 0 እንበለው። int sum ብለን sum is equals to 0, int counter is equals to 1. Okay, or 0 ብለው ካውንተሩንም ከፈለክ እየጨመርን እንዲሄድ እንዳደርጋለን። counter plus ታደርጋለህ ከፈለክ or counter plus 1 እናደርጋለን። Okay, if the counter is less than or equals to 50, ካውንተሩ ቆጣሪው ማለት ነው። ቆጣሪም ስለሚያስፈልገን ነው። ለምን እስከ 50 ድረስ ሊር ስለሆነ since we are going to 50 up until 50 ቆጣሪ ያስፈልገናል counter. Okay, ዋላ ካውን ወርባችሳ. So we have to use step 3 ላይ ከመግባታችን በፊት less than or equals to 50 ከሆነ go to step 3, else ምንድነው step 6 ላይ ነው የምንሄደው። ፕሪንት ነው የምናደርገው ከ50 ከበለጠ። step 3 ምንድነው የሚለው ከ50 በታች እስካለ ድረስ ካውንተሩ هم counter شنتم يجد جروت واحد كتير counter كان below 50 مركا step 3 and 4 will be repeated. Okay, add counter to sum, counter plus sum نرجعلن, increase counter by 1, repeat step 2, then step 5 is giving us what? Giving us back toward step 2. If counter is less than or equals to 50, yes كهنا we are going to what? Step 3. No سيونسا step 6 line አይደለም ማለት ነው። I think you understand the concept. Let us draw flow chart for this. አሁን እዚህ ጋር ተሰጥቶናል ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ኢንፑት የምናደርገው ነገር የለም ከዩዘር እንደምንረዳው። So we have to draw first of all what? terminal start ውስጥ እዛ ውስጥ ጽፈን okay, then follow of the program arrow. ከዛስ ኢንፑት ምንም ወስዶ የለም። ለምን ተሰጥቶናል? ወንፍ ነው እንጅሩ አማ ስለ ኢንፑት ጀላ ዲያግራም ጀላሱን ጻፍናችሁ ሬክታንግል ጀላሱን no. Now we are going to the process only directly. Why? Because the question says that add the numbers from integer numbers from 0 to 50, the first 15 up to 50, okay, not above 50. So process ነው የምናነሳው። sum is equals to what? 0, counter is equals to how much? 0 assign አደረግን ማለት ነው። then follow of the program. Now here what we will need? decision. What decision? diamond ያስፈልገናል ማለት ነው። counter is greater than 50, yes ከሆነ እናቆማለን ማለት ነው። ስቴፕ 6 ላይ ነው የምንሄደው which means printing no ከሆነ ሳ ፕሮግራም ይቀጥላል። እስቲ let's say it is no counter is not greater than 50 counter is greater than 50 no አይደለ because counter is how much now it is 0 then process again counter is equals to counter plus 1 which means counter is 0 plus 1 is how much 1 so counter is 1 now here okay then again process flow program again we have process sum like it's the question say add okay so sum is equals to sum plus counter sum is how much 0 counter is how much we have 1 0 plus 1 is how much 1 we have here sum 1 counter also 1 okay then it come directly towards this again checking okay how much we have counter 1 is greater than 50 false no then counter plus 1 plus 1 counter 1 we have 1 so 1 plus 1 is how much 2 now counter become 2 okay sum is how much sum is 1 before so 1 plus how much counter is how much now 2 or not ስለዚህ 1 plus 2 is how much 3 sum become how much now 3 counter is how much 2 it become here again counter is greater than 50 counter is how much 2 is greater than 50 no counter plus 2 3 2 plus 2 plus 1 is how much 3 counter is 3 now sum is equals to sum is 3 already sum plus counter is how much 3 plus 3 how much እንደዚህ እያለ ይሄዳል until counter become how much until counter become greater than 50 when counter become greater than 50 true ይሆናል አይደለ when that become true 51 ሲሆን ለምሳሌ ካውንተሩ 51 is greater than 50 yes ይሆናል then this is displayed right sum is output ይደረጋል ማለት ነው since question የሚጠይቀን sum ነው okay then follow the program is going to stop okay this is all how to do flowchart I will come class I will show you other examples okay thank you